Good day, guys. This is Andrew, and this is your market update for March 11th, 2012. I want to start with you. I want to start with this update by showing you a little trend that I see going forward. So as you can see, back in '08 and early parts of last year, we can see a huge spike, representing an overbought situation. And so I think the same thing is happening right here. So we had one, two, three attempts to get above this mark right here, and then we saw a nice pullback going forward. And I see the same thing going here again. One, two, three. We probably have a double top, and then a nice pullback going forward. And I see this pullback going as low as anywhere from 1500 to 1600, and so that'll be the range where you want to buy. And so short term, this is what we currently see. We saw a 100-point pullback or $100 pullback. Then we're just zigzagging around. It's very possible you might hit 1732 before we see another downwards. Now here's the thing: if it breaches 1737, that's when you want to get out, and then probably try it again at 1781 for another pullback. And that's current ideas that I currently have at the moment. And so this thing should really go down hard. Now if we look at the months chart, I project gold is still going to hit 2,000 an ounce, and that's probably going to happen anywhere from mid to late 2012, depending on how fast or slow this goes. Now the next thing I want to talk to you about is silver. If you look at this chart, I stated that silver was overbought currently, and it's looking for a strong pullback going forward. And the reason why I said it was going to go, it's going to have a pullback, was because I saw this mark right here. Anytime when you see this green on the ultimate oscillator, it means it's going to pull back, and it's this inverse going forward. So if you see red going down, then it means that it's going to go up. So you saw red levels right here, and then it just shot up right there. So same thing's probably happening right there. Overbought, shot back down, and then I see silver projected to go down to around $26 to $25 levels. And if that happens, you want to go all in. I don't think silver is going to go down to $18. So I'm going to revise the count, only because I'm just not seeing enough selling fast and hard. So this is what I'm currently looking at over here. Media propaganda pumped this up really bad, and it was overbought at $49.82 an ounce, and it closed at $50 an ounce before going down. And so I think this is the trend line that we're currently going in. I still see one more fall going forward, so that it can go back into this trend line. It currently is in this trend line, but we're at the top of this trend line, and so we should see a nice pullback going forward, to around, depending on how long it takes, around $24 to $25 an ounce. So if it hits around right there, that's when you want to go all in, because I believe silver in the long term is going to go higher. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is a month chart. We want the daily chart, and so I can really see a flat forming, an A3, B3, C5. We took out these highs right here, and so what I'm seeing currently is a 5-wave Elliott wave structure going in. And so this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna about ready to have a 5th wave. And the reason why I can see this more clearly is because if we look at Fibonacci relations, if we look from here to there, from 1 to 2, we can see that it hit around 50% levels. A wave 2 normally indicates that it'll hit around 50% all the way down to this lower band, which is 61.8%, and it hit 50% while going forward. And so that is evidence that we see a 2 there. From 2 to 3, we can see this right there, going up to $1,330, and so we saw another pullback, and this represents a 4. So from 3 to 4, it's perfect because it hit around 23.6%, and according to Fibonacci relations, that's the pullback we should see, with a 4, and then I see an extended fifth going forward. I don't know how far this fifth is gonna go, but short term it's gonna go up. Long term, the Dow is looking like it's about ready to crash. However, the cards that is in the deck at the moment would be Ben Bernanke. I really don't think that idiot's gonna let the Dow crash, especially during presidential years. And so expect something out of the news. Keep a very good eye on the news going forward. And now the last thing I want to talk to you about is the dollar index. With the dollar index, if we look at the month's chart, I think that we're trading in this range right here. And so, back when the financial crisis hit, the high was at 87.5, and then it went back down, and then it went up again, and then just recently we just had the debt ceiling crisis. It was trying to go up, and it should have gone up. However, it went down because of the debt ceiling crisis, and people were running from the dollar and going into the euro. And so now that that's over, long term, I still think the dollar is going to get stronger. However, short term, I think the dollar is currently overbought. And the reason why I say that is because if we look at the 1 hour chart, that's a better indicator. We can see that from the low on the bottom after Bernanke announced that there was not going to be any QE, the dollar got stronger, and I projected at this line right here, keep a good eye, that the dollar is going to get stronger, which it did. And so I really think the dollar currently is overbought. This has gone up really strong. And so recently we had a pullback to the 50% levels. And then we had a nice pop. And then this pop right here happened within a day. And so, we can see that, it's the dollar's at the top of the Bollinger Band. It can potentially go down all the way to here on the lower end of the Bollinger Band. And so I expect for the short run a nice pullback followed by a nice rally going forward. That's your market update. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, I'm available on my cell phone or on Facebook. And that's your market update, and that's that. Have a nice day.